Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Harry Langdon and I'm a photographer that specializes in famous celebrities. And today the celebrity is going to be a real big one, Julio Iglesias. And a lot of you may not know Julio, but he is super famous south of the border and amongst everybody's loves Julio. And the way I met Julio was that this PR firm, Rogers and Cowan, called me and they said, "We want you to photograph Julio Iglesias." Now, I have to admit, I did not know who Julio Iglesias was. You know, I was into the Beatles and stupid stuff like that, okay? But anyway, so I said, okay, no problem. So I said, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to send you to a Julio Iglesias concert downtown Los Angeles, and then maybe that'll kind of enlighten you a little bit, you know. And so I went to this concert. I thought I was going to a Michael Jackson concert, just huge crowd, and they're all yelping, "Julio, Julio, Julio." And Julio is just this dashing dude who is just very romantic, and the women just love guys like him too. Okay, but anyway, so he had this big orchestra, like a concert orchestra behind him, and it was very impressive. And so that was my first introduction into Julio. And so so they booked the photo session with me in my studio in Beverly Hills, at the Beverly Boulevard studio. And so in came Julio. Julio is one of those guys that just charisma way overload. And he's real easy to talk to. And so what do you want me to do? You know, hardly any makeup. So the first shot I did with him in the studio was with his tuxedo, which he feels really comfortable with, you know. So this is the real Julio that most people see. And so I thought that was cool, you know. And guys like Julio or these kind of entertainers, you don't have to shoot a bunch of shots to get a good one. And so we went on, we wanted to do like a performing shot with a microphone in the studio. And again, this is the way most people see him. He's a real south of the border crooner, sort of like Frank Sinatra, or a lot of crooners, and they're all really romantic songs with really a beautiful orchestra behind them. But we thought we'd get old Julio kind of comfortable, and he really relaxed, and this is the way Julio is off camera, and so we did a lot of Julio here, and this was the portion of the shooting which went really well. Here he is. He's a very slender dude. He was a rugby player. They call it a football player when he was younger, and probably hasn't had time to do much of that soccer. He's a soccer player. And so he's got really a great build. And as you can see here, real debonair guy. So then the sessions in my studio went really well. And so the PR firm said, let's do this. It went so well. So we're gonna send you down to his home. So, oh, okay, we're at Beverly Hills. And they go, no, he lives in Bal Harbor in Florida, which is this very elite little small island in Florida. And down there, he has this beautiful hacienda, you know, a big estate. And he just, I'll show you more about it. He even has his own boat behind the home. So they flew me down to the Bal Harbor, and I didn't know quite what to expect. Well, I expected probably the very best with Julio. And so he had his nice little Rolls-Royce Cadillac, Rolls-Royce out behind the back. So this is like a little scenario of his home. And so Julio is one of those European dudes, you know, that wears this jacket off his shoulder and all. And so I went right along with it because I secretly would like to be a Julio kind of guy. You know, it gets all the girls and Julio, Julio, Julio. And so anyway, these are just really great relaxed shots. And the shooting went on probably for a few hours down there. And this, by the way, is Julio in his backyard, leaning on his yacht, looking out over Bal Harbor. And so again, he's just really easy to photograph kind of guy. And so that session went really, really well. And so they're quite successful. His public relations people were really excited about how well it came out. Oh, by the way, this is Julio in his soccer mode, and this is the way Julio likes to relax, is kicking around a soccer ball that's in his backyard. And so this is another shot with him looking out over the harbor. I thought was really a nice scene. And so that session went really, really well. And so we went on doing a couple more photo sessions with Julio, and his albums were extremely successful. He's just such a handsome guy. A lot of people just buy the album just to get pictures of him. And so Julio and I had a wonderful relationship. Julio has since moved on to the Dominican Republic. He has sold 400 million record albums, and he is extremely successful. And so I was really blessed to have him come into my studio in front of my camera, and it was exciting to work with Julio. And so I hope you enjoyed that little mini story about Julio. Please give me a thumbs up and the comments. I'll try to respond to your comments, and also subscribe if you don't mind. Okay, so anyway, that's Julio Iglesias, her superstar, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.